Welcome to the User Administration module in PMI. In this video, we will cover how to view existing users, how to add new users to PMI, and how to edit users' access. So let's get started. Access the User Administration module via the main menu. Here you will see a list of existing users and their access rights in PMI. Use the search bar to find a specific user. Expand a user to see more details. A red alert icon highlights users that are deactivated. Hover over the icon to see specific details. To add a new user, switch to the Add User tab. The process for adding a user depends on whether the user should get access to a single property or multiple properties. Let's start adding a user with single property access. Make sure you are in the correct property. Enter the user details. You can adjust the valid from date to the date from when the user should be given access. If the user already exists in the chain, you can add them by clicking here. You can also copy the settings from an existing user if they should have identical access rights. Then click Next. Here you can select a main role. You can also add additional roles depending on the main role selected. If a role is a department-specific role, select the departments or divisions the user should have access to. In this example, it is a controller with salary editor access for the food and beverage division. Now you can review the roles selected. Click the eye icon to view the access levels of the individual modules. You can change the main role by selecting the pen icon. You can also add additional roles and remove them if needed. Once you are happy with the selection, press Next. Here you can do a final review of the user and their access and press Save and Activate. An email will be sent to the user where they can create their password and login. You will see the new user in the user list. To add a user with access to multiple properties, you will need HQ Administrator access. Navigate to the chain level in the top navigation. Then complete the details. This is the same process as before. In step 2, you need to select the properties or groups the user should have access to. You can also select chain access if the user should have access to all properties in the chain. Next, select the user role and additional roles. This is the same as with single property access. Then confirm and activate the user. To edit a user, use the pen icon. You can edit user details and assign the user a GM position. You can also edit user access here. If the user has access to a group, you can add a property-specific role for a single property from the group. The option to give view-only access to all the chain is enabled by selecting here. And under the login options, you can resend an email to the user with a link to set the password. You can also send that to additional emails if required. And select here to deactivate a user. This user can also be reactivated by selecting the icon again. And that's it. Use the User Administration module to manage your user's access.